Welcome to Auto Car Service, your go-to channel for in-depth car reviews, maintenance tips, and expert insights. If you love cars, technology, and performance, you're in the right place. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates. Today, we're diving into a car that may not grab headlines but has a unique place in automotive history: the Premier 118Ni. This old sedan, once a common sight on Indian roads, was an attempt at blending European engineering with local manufacturing. But how does it hold up in 2025? Let's find out. The Premier 118Ni was launched in the mid-1980s as a more refined successor to the famous Premier Padmini, built by Premier Automobiles Limited, PAL. It was heavily inspired by the European Fiat 124 and aimed to offer a modern driving experience with a touch of luxury. At the time, it was a car that represented status and sophistication, especially for Indian buyers who wanted something more premium than the Padmini. Under the hood, the 118Ni was powered by a 1.2-liter Nissan A12 engine, producing about 52 horsepower and 81 Nm of torque. It wasn't a powerhouse by any means, but it was known for its smooth performance and reliability. The engine was paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, and despite its modest specs, the car delivered a comfortable ride for its time. One of its standout features was its rear-wheel drive (RWD) layout, which was a departure from the front-wheel drive cars that became more common later. This setup gave it a balanced driving feel, especially on highways. However, compared to modern sedans, its performance feels sluggish today, and the lack of power steering makes city driving a challenge. Now, let's talk about the design. The 118Ni had a simple yet elegant look with its boxy silhouette, chrome accents, and round headlights that gave it a classic European feel. The front grille, rectangular taillights, and clean lines added to its charm. Back in the day, this was considered a stylish car, and even now, it holds a nostalgic appeal for classic car lovers. Step inside, and you'll see a cabin that was quite premium for its time. The seats were well cushioned, and the dashboard had a functional yet minimalistic layout. Unlike today's digital-heavy cars, the 118Ni kept things simple with analog dials, a basic audio system, and a classic steering wheel. There were no fancy features like touchscreen infotainment or climate control, but it provided a comfortable and spacious experience. One of the reasons people loved this car was its ride quality. Thanks to its soft suspension setup, it absorbed road bumps well, making it ideal for Indian roads. However, this also meant that handling wasn't the sharpest, and high-speed stability was questionable. So, how does the Premier 118Ni feel in 2025? If you get behind the wheel of a well-maintained unit today, you'll experience a mix of nostalgia and old-school charm. The mechanical simplicity of the car is refreshing in an era dominated by high-tech, computerized vehicles. The steering is heavy at low speeds, but once it gets going, the car feels stable and planted. That said, it's nowhere near the comfort and convenience of modern sedans. With no power steering, weak air conditioning, and basic safety features, it's clear that the 118Ni belongs to a different era. For enthusiasts, though, this car is a classic that offers an authentic driving experience, something you just don't get in today's cars. One of the biggest challenges of owning a Premier 118Ni today is maintenance. Since the car went out of production long ago, spare parts are hard to find, and keeping it in good condition requires dedication. The Nissan-sourced engine is reliable, but aging components like the carburetor, gearbox, and electrical wiring can cause issues. Restoring one can be a rewarding experience, but it takes patience and effort. So, who should consider owning a Premier 118Ni in 2025? If you're a classic car enthusiast who enjoys restoring and maintaining vintage vehicles, the 118Ni is a great addition to your collection. It's affordable compared to other classic cars, and its nostalgic appeal makes it a conversation starter. However, if you're looking for a practical daily driver, this might not be the best choice. Modern sedans offer better efficiency, safety, and convenience. But if you appreciate the old-school charm of mechanical simplicity, the Premier 118e is a fun car to own and drive occasionally. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at how the sedan stacks up against modern cars. Performance. Compared to today's turbocharged engines, the 52 horsepower output feels underwhelming, but for its time, it was a smooth and refined engine. Comfort. The ride quality is still impressive, but the lack of modern amenities makes long journeys tiring. Reliability. The Nissan-sourced engine is known for durability, but finding spare parts in 2025 can be a challenge. Value. As a collector's car, it holds sentimental and historical value. But as a practical car, it doesn't make much sense today. To sum up, the Premier 118e is a car that brings back memories of a simpler time. It may not be the fastest, most advanced, or most practical sedan, but it holds a special place in India's automotive history. If you're lucky enough to find one in good condition, it's worth preserving as a classic piece of engineering. What do you think about the Premier 118e? Would you consider owning one in 2025? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update from Auto Car Service. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.